Hey guys, I'm back, and it's Battlebox Day, obviously, but it's one of the biggest battle boxes we've ever had. So I'm gonna go without the external mic today because I just, I want to mess with the new camera settings and everything, and I want to see how this goes without it. So we've got the June box. We've got a 19-pound box here. We're gonna just jump right into this. I'm so excited. In the pocket today, gone back to one of my favorite knives of all time, the Mass Drop Schwartz Millet Perpetua. So we'll use this to cut in today and do our unboxing, and we'll see what Battlebox has given us for June 2019. What weighs 19 pounds? That is, that's something. That's something to open up to. Okay, well, okay, tripwire alarm instructions, proper use. This is going to be phenomenal. Wow. You know, I got to admit, as soon as I opened this, at first I said, oh, son of a bitch, what knife of the month didn't we get this month? But this is something else entirely. So, okay, I guess we're putting this to the side. Let's take a look at Mission 52. Something about this, I don't know, does it look like there's just something missing from this? I don't know. So here again, for those of you who have never seen this, I'm going to explain how Battlebox works and what we're looking at. Okay, if you know all this, or you don't know it but you want to skip it or whatever, here's the time where you can skip to where I actually start looking at stuff. But otherwise, so there's 4 different levels in Battlebox. Each one is its own subscription. So every box builds on the one before it. So you can subscribe to the basic box. If you subscribe to advanced, you're getting everything in advanced and basic. If you subscribe to pro, you're getting the pro, you're getting advanced and basic. And if you get the pro plus, that's where you get everything plus the knife of the month. And that's what makes pro plus special, and that's why I get the pro plus every month. So I pay $150 a month for the pro plus so I can get the knife of the month, and then I also get everything that comes in the basic, the advanced, and the pro. All these values here are MSRP values. Okay, so these are prices that manufacturers say this stuff is worth. You often can find this for cheaper if you go looking, and my viewers are awesome at finding cheaper stuff. Just keep in mind that when we look at the values here, that's MSRP value. That's not necessarily the best value that you're going to find for your money. So when we talk about that, we'll reference it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take everything out of the box, and then we're going to go in order from basic to advanced to pro plus, and we'll see what we've got, and we'll put it in our 3 piles. As I get going through this all, there is a referral link for Battlebox in the video description. If you use that link, you will get $10 off your first box, and you could subscribe to whatever level you want, and I'll get some cool credit and maybe get some cool stuff for the channel, through Battlebox, points that I can spend for stuff to get for the channel, and you'll save a little bit of money. Now, I want to point out, I am not advocating that you buy Battlebox. Only buy Battlebox. If you like Battlebox and you want to get Battlebox and you were going to do it anyway, go ahead and use the link in the video description. Then it's there. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't buy Battlebox. I'm saying if you were going to do it anyway, you could be really cool and use that link in the video description if you like what you see. All right, so we are going to get into the basic box here, which this month has an overall MSRP value of $63.96. We're going to start with the tripwire alarm times 2. We need 22 caliber blanks for this, which I don't normally keep, in my front pocket. They're not included, but our 2 tripwire alarms have an MSRP of $43.98. So here they are, and well, so you put the blank in there. There's instructions on how to use this, and that's what this thing is. Keep tripwire alarm in the safe position when not in use by decocking the spring, trigger, and mechanism, which I would assume is probably this right here, right? And you rotate your, well, I guess this would be the hammer, over here. And you put your rimfire blank cartridge in there, and you puts your line, and when somebody trips your wire, that will set off your 22 caliber blank, which is going to make a pop, which you're going to hear. Somewhere in the world, somebody is going to say, well, I don't have a blank, but I have a 22, so I'm going to put it in there, and hilarity will ensue, I'm sure. It looks like these are threaded, so you can screw this down, you can nail this down, you can put it in the ground. It's an interesting choice. You know, are these identical items? Yeah. Certainly something different, you know, than what we typically get in the box. Simple construction. Got to give it, you know, give it to them that it's easy to use. Probably could have figured this out in, you know, very simple amount of time without the instructions even. And then they also, this multi-purpose line, I'm guessing, because this is also item number 2 there with an MSRP of $5.99, but I mean, you could use the inner strand from 550 cord. You could use 550 cord, although 550 cord would be a lot more conspicuous than this, but I mean, that's a pretty wide hole that you have to thread it in there. I guess in the prepper mindset, you know, this would be an interesting way to secure your camp, or your, I don't know, meth lab, whatever. I don't mean to make fun of it. I think that there is a time and a place where this would be kind of useful, but I don't know. Somebody's going to argue with me, and I'm prepared with it. I'm not thrilled with this, though, because it's very limited use in terms of a survival type thing, you know? Like, yes, it is important to alert you if something's around, but the problem with a noise-making alert system is that it not only alerts you, it alerts the thing you're trying to alert yourself to. If you're just trying to scare somebody away, great. But it also, you know, I mean, and this is standard military training 101, if you're, you know, in a position where you're trying to ambush the bad guys, if you have a system that alerts you with noise that the bad guys are there, it also alerts the bad guys that you're there. And, you know, it is what it is. So if you're trying to be stealthy, this is not your thing. But if you're just trying to, you know, I mean, if that's not what you care about, sometimes the value of the making noise to let the bad guys know that you're there that's the value of itself. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with it. I do see that this could have some fun value, and I see that it could have some practical value. It's not, you know, knocking my socks off as the first item in the box. So I'm gonna put it in meh. And the thing is, though, this multi-purpose line, while I'm sure it's intended to go with that, I think that we can, you know, I don't know how strong this is. Serves as tripwire, sewing thread, etc. It's basically heavy gauge thread. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, I'm going to put this in matte also, because I could buy some heavy gauge thread. I could buy some accessory cord for the price for $6 for this. Meh. 2 for 2 in meh. We're like right out of the gate in meh. There we go. And you know what? I'm going to skip ahead. American Survival Guide magazine. Alright, so like they gave us a magazine either last month or the month before, and I said I was going to give it a chance, and I'll be like, okay, whatever. I'm not buying Battlbox to get reading material in magazines. Like, that's not. I'll do research on my own. I want cool gear in the box. Don't slip the magazine, and give me the magazine as a bonus if you want, but don't call this an item. This is going straight, and I don't like it. And now we have Elite Ops Energy Strips 5-pack. So this could be interesting. And this has an MSRP of $5. So, $1 a strip, huh? Well, let's take a look. Fast-acting B vitamins, 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 crash. Let's see what else comes in here. So, a little bit about Elite Ops. What about Elite Ops? Get 15 more strips for free. Maybe I'll get 15 more strips for free. What is in the energy strips? Ah, here we go. Here's what is in the energy strips. So is this a Rip It in a strip? What is this? It's 100 milligrams of caffeine. It's 100% of your B6 vitamins for the day, 100% of your B12s, 20% of your vitamin E, so 6 micrograms of B12, 2 milligrams of B6, 6 milligrams of vitamin E, and, you know, do not exceed 2 energy strips in a 3-hour period. Well, there was one time where I was an energy drink junkie. I think everybody who's been deployed becomes an energy drink junkie sooner or later, especially when you work at night and your circadian rhythm is all thrown off. So what do we do with this? We just let it dissolve in the mouth. It's like a Listerine strip. It's stuck to the roof of my mouth. It's about as Arctic minty as mouthwash, really it is. Has that very artificial, sugar-free taste with the aftertaste complete that a Listerine strip has. Not the best taste, not at all, but you know, that goes very often for energy things. So fun thing to do. See if I get more peppy and more energetic throughout this video as we go. And for right now, we'll put this in Aiden's limbo pile up there, and we'll reevaluate as we go through the box. But that's the whole basic box. That's the whole $63.96. Done with it already. I don't know how I feel about this box right now. I think the big item is really the Pro, and then the Knife of the Month. But we'll get there. So we're going to move into the advanced box with an overall MSRP of $118.94. So remember, that includes this, and then the extra stuff here. They've been working a lot with Going Gear lately. So we've got the Going Gear self-inflating pillow for $29.99. And I am going to self-inflate this, but it has been brought to my attention that sometimes I'm a little impatient with self-inflating stuff. For me, okay, so if I'm out in the field, if I've been like humping a pack all day, and yeah, laugh at that terminology, but it's for real what we say. If I've been on a march, or I've been just like doing stuff all day, and I have a self-inflating bedroll or pillow or something, I want it to inflate and I want to lay down on it. I don't want to sit and wait for it to inflate. So there are some that inflate very quickly. There are some that don't, I guess. This also comes in the box. Manual of self-inflation. Inflating method, or manual of self-inflating mattress. Put in the place that pets can't reach. I think this is translated in a little wonky. Of note right here, it says, if the mat doesn't inflate fully, especially for first use, you can open the valve and blow the air into the mat until it inflates to a suitable degree. Alright, so you know what we'll do? We'll just open this thing up on its own. I mean, it's vacuum packed tight. Let's open up the valve. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but it's doing pretty well on its own. Let's let it inflate a little bit on its own and see what it does. And we will look at item number 2 while it's doing that, and we'll look at the Gloco rechargeable folding solar lantern for $24.99. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a standard USB wire in there. Look at all the features. Features. 100 lumens, hands-free over 240 minutes of light when fully charged, and micro USB charging cable included. All right. We've got a red light. Must need to be charged already. And we've got all these little plastic panels protecting our solar panels. So let's get them off. One, I love peeling off stuff like this. I'm also very, very impatient. Try my best not to scratch anything. There we go. 2, it's stuck to me. And 3, come on. Come on, you son of a bitch. There we go. I love it. It reminds me of a sensor-fused munition. Cool. There are LEDs. Ugh. I'm gonna have to splice in a night shot. I'm gonna have to wait till it's dark. Oh, and then it has a little hook. Yeah. Oh, look, it's a little hooker. It's cool though. And you have your little lamp you can hang up and do stuff with. I don't know if doing this changes the light pattern. Like I said, I'll do a quick little blurb at night, you know, as I'm editing, and put it in there. So, yeah, I'm always a fan of things that you can charge solar-wise. I mean, we'd have to do a more in-depth look at these particular solar panels to talk about how well they function. But, I mean, you know, we've got 100 lumens, we've got 50 lumens, we've got, you know, flashing for emergencies, for identification, for stuff like that. I love that the light spreads out. Hang it up. You can use it as kind of a little lantern. Do all sorts of stuff with it. I think it's an interesting idea. Not the brightest light, but it's also not supposed to blind you. It's supposed to give you a little light to work with. So I'm going to put this one in like it. I like the idea. Now I'm sure we could probably find something like this on like Banggood or GearBest for a lot cheaper. I don't know. A little cheaper maybe. But I think it's a cool little item to have. So I'm going to put it in like it. Okay, so as promised, here we are. Nighttime shot of the light. It's in the tent. It's working pretty good. So the tent you will see later on in the video. This is after everything's all done. So we're using it to light up everything. The boys have decided they're going to sleep in the tent tonight, and I'm going to sleep out here with them. But we're using the light to pretty much light everything up in here, and it's doing really well. I mean, it's one light, and it's kind of like, you know, not darker than any room light would be. So pretty good. As just a regular old light goes. Now, Aiden, is that just one click, or did you do 2 clicks to set it on the brighter mode? So that's the brighter mode?
Yeah.
Okay, can you click it again for me so we can...
Get flash?
Yeah, well, I don't really want the flash, but I want you to put it on the dimmer mode so we can... So this is dim, which actually is not that much different. So this is the 50 lumen. Okay, now go ahead and put it on the brighter one again. Yeah, that's... I mean, so... Yeah, so this is probably going to end up in the I like it pile. I mean, it was already in I like it when I did the original video, but not bad. Not bad at all. In the meantime, here is our self-inflating pillow. We've given it a little bit. It's kind of inflated. Not bad. I mean, let's see how much more I can do. Now it's fully inflated. I don't know if a self-inflating pillow is ever going to fill up that much, but that's comfy. That's something I'd like to have out in the field. I mean, you know, it did say the first time you might need to do it on your own. So I'll tell you what we should do. We should deflate it and let it inflate again. Well, you know, the truth is this is better than some other ones I've seen. It's not as good as I would want, but at least it's like halfway there, and you only have to inflate half. I guess compared to some of the other self-inflating things I've seen, this is not that bad. I want to put it better than meh, but not as high as I like it, you know. But since I don't have that pile, I'm gonna put it in like meh and a half. I guess I'm gonna put it in I like it. It's a good quality one at least, you know, and inflating it manually the rest of the way is not as hard as a lot of the other ones I've seen. So this one can go and I like it with the lamp. So at least the advanced level gives us 2 for 2 I like it's. The next one, we're going to need some space. I'm going to look at the Battlbox. Is it Tupic or Tupic? One Tupic, 2-person tent for $99.99. So, our two-person tent starts nice and compact. It's got some weight to it, but not too bad. So, we are going to start by unsnapping and unzipping, which is how a lot of my Saturday nights start. And we've got some instructions. Poles, stakes. All right, we seeing that? Is that on camera? I want you to see exactly what time it is when I start to put this together. A completely unknown, unassembled tent before. 17:15 and 26 seconds. And I'm just going to get together. We've got stakes. We've got 16 stakes. We've got all of this to work with over here. And we've got some poles. And then we'll take a look at the watch again when it's all finished. There's nothing too cosmic about this. If you read the instructions, you basically lay it out flat. You stake down the individual sections here. So we'll do that as we go. You guys will see the cool review on this coming up. This doesn't look like much right now, does it? But it's actually a pretty cool device. Want to talk about a multi-tool? This thing is a multi-tool, let me tell you. But I'm going to get this all staked out first, and we'll move on to the next step. Took just a minute or two longer after struggling with some really rocky soil, getting those 10 stakes in, but now we're ready to move on to the next step. We'll put together the internal support here, which goes inside the tent. Not too different from assembling an old GP medium back in the old days. The pole's not exactly centered, but it's up very quickly, about 10 minutes, and now we just need to anchor down the guy lines here to really support the thing. So I brought my expert team of tent tester outers in here. So I didn't do the guy lines, just, I wanted to do a quick look of, how much space there is, how quickly you can put this thing up, and you can put it up pretty quick.
This doesn't have room for just 2 people. It's got enough for about like 4.
Yeah, well, especially when your 2 other people are tiny, dirty midgets who have been playing around.
Hey!
Right? Ow! Aiden, you can't act like a wiener on camera or people are going to think you're a wiener.
You called me a dirty midget?
Well, you look all dirty. Alright, so as you can see, guys, there's really quite a lot of room in this tent.
Even enough for a dog. Yeah,
I guess 2 full-grown adults, they, just for argument's sake, sleeping, stretched out, but even then, I think there's more room than that. We've got me, we've got the boys, we've got a Tato. We've got plenty of room in here, and I think that you could, if you just in terms of stretching out and sleeping, I think 4 adults easily. What, Ethan? Yeah, we'll close up the tent in a second. The boys have already decided they'd like to sleep in the tent tonight, and I guess Tato has something to say.
I guess he'll guard us? Are you
what do you got stuck to your face, dude? Anyway.
I think he wants to say Ferda.
He wants to say Ferda?
Yeah.
Ferda! Alright, so, pretty good. What do you guys think? Like it, Pyle?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of windows in here as well. So.
There are windows. I've been Tatoed. Nice nub. Shake your nub. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Shake it on camera.
Everybody saw it.
Okay.
Ugh. There's also enough for me to stand up in here. You can't tell because my head is way above you.
It's pretty good. Well done, Battlebox. The tent is a real winner, I think. And a real good reason to, the Pro Box, I think, is worth it for the tent. So, I like it. Guys, you like it?
Yep, I like it.
Tato? You like it? You like it, Tato?
I like it.
Tato likes it?
I like it.
So the boys will continue to enjoy the tent as we go on. Okay, so, one last item, guys, and it's always my favorite part of every box. We've got the knife of the month. If I didn't mention it, by the way, the Pro box has a overall value of $218.93, taking into account all of that, and the $99.99 for the tent. So the Pro Plus knife of the month is the Buck Knives 119 Battlbox Special Edition, 420 HC steel Coca-Cola scales, and a leather sheath, which has an MSRP of $99.99. Now, because it's a Battlebox special, probably not going to find this anywhere else. So looking for a Buck 119 and just checking price against it isn't going to do us much good. But the Buck 119, if you want to talk about, you know, a quintessential, you know, the old time. I was talking about the Buck 110 as a knife that, you know, is in just about everybody's collection. Okay, let's get right into this, 'cause I'm kind of excited. Made in the USA. This is not my style of knife I want to throw in there, by the way. Not one that I would... Ooh, that's gorgeous. Not one that I would probably be that likely to buy on my own. Oh, that smells so good. That leather. For any reason other than just collecting, honestly. The Buck 19 was not... It's not one of my favorites, but it's a gorgeous classic design for a knife. So this sheath is beautiful black leather. Excellent stitching. I feel like it has a plastic insert in there. I mean, it is one of the, you know, the word classic is all I can use. A classic Bowie knife. Look at that blade. Gorgeous grind lines. It's finished so well, though. It doesn't have a lot of grippiness to it, but this is one hell of a showpiece. Look at that. It says scales. I don't know if this is scales or if this is a solid piece of cocobolo that they insert into, but wow, that is a gorgeous collection piece. Look at that guy. And if you... there is no other more classic hunting knife. No, there is no more classic hunting knife than the Buck 119. I mean, it does feel really good. Perfect thickness. The contouring, it's just great. It feels like one piece of material going all the way through there. Not the kind of thing I would expect in a battle box, though. I'd expect something more, I hate to use the T word, but tactical. But it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. Oh, that is... This paper might as well not even be there. If you don't know the story of Buck Knives and how they started just outside of Mountain Home Air Force Base, I guess it was Mountain Home Air Station then or something, or guy making knives in his basement, or the church's basement, where he was the pastor or something similar, because the Army couldn't make enough to equip the guys that they were sending over to war, basically. And that's where Buck Knives started. Right there, and I spent 8 glorious years forgotten about a Mountain Home Air Force Base. Now it's just my career field. We didn't have a lot of choices with high demand, low density, and Mountain Home was one of the places where they had a unit that did my work. And if you've ever been to Mountain Home, Idaho, on the training range there, it looks surprisingly like the terrain just outside of Kandahar Air Base in Afghanistan. So a lot of NATO training went on there. Anyway, beautiful knife. I need some 550 cord. Wow. Not only is that some incredibly clean cutting, the cutting power on this, the leverage and everything, I would like another one that I can rough up and hard use and keep this one just beautiful in the collection. I didn't think I would like it at first. I thought like, what am I going to do? I mean, a Buck 19 is not the kind of knife I'd carry, but it is so well done. So just gorgeous. And it feels so good in your hand, the weight, the balance. You know what? I might actually just because I love it so much. I mean, I guess I could get another buck 119, but I love this one, the look of it so much. I might go on the Battlebox website, honestly, and get another one. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I really was walking into this prepared to be like, it's a great knife with a great company, blah, 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 but it's awesome. It's really beautiful. Awesome. So, definitely like it. Absolutely like it. Yeah. So, let's review everything we got today. Okay, guys, we're doing the wrap-up. We're doing this in the tent, I guess. You can see the boys are already outfitting the tent. They're going to spend the night in the tent. They love the tent. It's actually a nice tent. Remember when I said before I can't quite stand up in it? That's not true. I can stand up right in the center of the tent. And Tato is... Tato! Hey, Tato! Hey, you got your toy? You got your toy in the tent? Tato loves the tent. You shake your nub? Yeah, you shake that nub. He's loving the tent. He's having a great time running around it and in and then out and everything. So the tent is definitely a winner. I really like it. We had one little problem. We had one of the attachment points for the stakes. It ripped, but that was because I think it was my fault. I was lazy and I haven't put the guy lines out, and I was trying to stretch it and have it totally stable with just those. And I think I pulled the nylon too tight and it ripped. But I sewed it back up with some heavy gauge thread and some heavy duty needles, and it's... You want your toy? You want your toy? Yeah? You get it. Okay. Anyway, so I'm willing to bite the bullet on that one. That was my fault for just not using it properly. So let's take a look at what we got in terms of, and we'll hear some squeakiness. So looking back through the basic box. Okay, so we had the 2 tripwire alarms. Now, unfortunately, I don't have blank 22 rounds to test this out. I think it's a novel idea. You know, I think you could have some fun with it. Without actually getting to use them, it's hard to put them in a pile. I don't dislike them, but, I mean, I'm going to put them in meh for now, just because, I mean, I've got some really cool, useful items this month. I don't know how much I'm going to get use out of these, you know? But, Tato, you having a good time? You having a good time in the tent? Yeah, he's having a good time. All right, so, meh for these two. The multi-purpose string, where'd I put it? I just had it. Oh, you know what I just realized? I could have used that to fix the tent when I ripped it. I don't know where it went. It was here a second ago, I swear. I just had it. The multi-purpose string, I think... Oh, there it is. This right here, the multi-purpose line, I guess is great for the tripwire, but, you know, the truth is, I'm looking at it, and it's really no different than the heavy-duty... I got heavy-duty thread for sewing up jeans to fix the tent. You know, I didn't want to use nylon. I wanted, like, thread. And this is, what, $5.99 for 100 feet? And I got, like, for the same price, way more than this at Walmart. I mean, probably the same, maybe even thicker type stuff. So, I don't know. This is it's gonna go in matte also. I mean, I'm sure it's useful stuff to have, but without these, for it to be like a tripwire, I don't know if it would be good in the bot. Whatever. These guys right here, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you think that it's... I didn't feel a big burst of energy or anything, but, you know, I'm kind of like burned out on energy drinks and stuff. I feel like a drug addict where it takes more and more to get me going. $1 a strip, though, I feel like that's a lot, although you can get 15 more strips free. I didn't go there yet. I'm also going to put it in matte. I'm going to put it in matte. I don't know. It doesn't taste very good, and it is convenient. Certainly less than carrying around a drink, you know, less space, less weight and all that, but I don't know. This I just don't like, though. This I just don't like, though. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying there's not good info in it. I haven't looked through it all, but this isn't what I want in a Battlebox. It's not. You know, I feel like this is just one of the ultimate filler items. So, yeah. So this has got to go in don't like it. Don't like it. Now, moving into the advanced, the self-inflating pillow, I do like. It works better than a lot of other self-inflating type stuff I've seen. So, This is going to go in the I like it pile. It's comfortable. It's got a nice feel to it. It's pretty cool. Both cool in like it's cool, but it has a nice cool feeling to it as well. So we'll put the self-inflating pillow in I like it. The folding solar lantern, I like the design on it. It's still, it's going to go in I like it so far. Like I said, I'll splice in a nighttime use of it, but it's a cool design. Not more than you need for what it's designed for. This is going to go in I like it too. Still think maybe a little overpriced, but still it's going to go in I like it. For the Pro Box, this tent, absolutely I like it. It's fun. It's, packs into small size. Tato's digging it. Tato, you like the tent? You like the tent? Yeah, you do. Tato likes the tent. And then, finally, the knife of the month, which I had mentioned just a little bit ago during the review, and I'd taken a minute to look at the other Buck 119s online. There are some similar to this, but, not exactly this one. The price, $99.99, there are some that are more expensive, there are some that are less expensive. So, I'm really impressed with the quality of this particular knife. I really like it. And I am going to get myself, maybe not this one, this will stay in my Knife of the Month collection, but I'm probably going to pick up another 119, maybe with a different finish and a different handle, though. I don't really like these really aggressive clip point blades, but take a look at it. I mean, it just feels so good in your hand, and it's so well finished. So, definitely do like this Knife of the Month. And that does it. So, not a lot of items in this box, but what's good is really good. What's meh is really meh. And what I don't like, I really don't like. I just don't like it. So now, I'm ready for you guys to chime in. How do you feel about the themeless thing going on? I miss the themes. I enjoyed the themes. I liked the themes. I liked hearing about, I liked to see how it all came together. I liked hearing about the theme leaks and stuff. I tried to avoid leaks because I don't like knowing what's coming in the box before I unbox it, but I liked, themes. So I'm still getting used to the themeless stuff. Although I do feel like, in a way, they say there's no theme, but think about it. You've got a tent, you're set up, you've got your, alert devices for your booby traps. Maybe you've got your energy for you're out in the field. You've got your pillow for in the tent. You've got your lamp, your lantern for out in the tent. And then you've got a nice field knife. So there kind of still is a theme. Sometimes, last month I don't think there was a theme at all. But it's just interesting the way they're doing it. So, like I said before, if you're like Battlebox, if you were gonna buy it anyway, not saying you should, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if you were going to, you want to be cool and use the referral link, save yourself $10 off your first box, and help the channel out a little bit, there is a link in the video description. You can click that link, and that would be really cool of you to do. Helps you out, helps the channel out, and everybody wins, right? But definitely interested in your thoughts on what you think of the whole thing, the whole box overall, or any individual item, or Tato's little possum rat guy thing right there. It squeaks. Does it squeak, Tato? You make it squeak? It does squeak. Ew, it's all slimy. Go ahead, put it in your mouth. All right, guys. So we should have Prep Box by PMP arriving any day now. Barrel and Blade has not. I haven't gotten the shipping notification yet, but it should be here soon. There's always something ridiculous when the shit hits the fan box, but I've got it worked out again for this time. Apparently, they needed specific authorization from my card for each individual box, and that's why I missed out on it for 2 months, because I don't know, it's wonky and it's sketchy, but it's coming for this one. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this fun tent experience. I gotta get out of here so the boys can move their overnight battle stuff in here. Ethan says this is going to be the TARDIS, and Aiden, I think this is his outpost, his LPOP that he'll be setting up to watch the enemy. What enemy, I don't know. But as always, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and Tato will be back real soon.